Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is January 15th. Basically, as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm back from Hawaii. As you can kind of tell, my background's different. And today I want to figure out what it takes for me to be productive and what it takes for me to have a productive day. So I want to kind of figure out my scheduling, figure out what I want to do throughout the day, when I want to do it, etc., etc. Because I have school, I'm homeschooled, so I make everything myself. All the plans for my own education, I make it myself. Second is I want to figure out how to, manage this YouTube thing with my schedule. Third, I do ballroom dancing, as I mentioned in the previous video, and I have practice every day. So I need to figure out how to work everything else around my practices and education, and also businesses. I'm starting a new business, as I might have mentioned previously. But yeah, we'll get more into that later. So right now, I want to sit down and see what it takes for me to have a productive day and kind of figure out my scheduling, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so based on last clip and my horrible voice crack, I think you guys can tell how genuine and authentic these videos are, because I do it first try, first take. 90% of the time. There's a couple times where I really want to get the point across and I really want to, show how important this is to me and how important it is to understand, etc. And those clips, yeah, I work really hard on those. I have like 20 to 30 tries. I am not going to lie. Like, for example, yesterday's video on perpetual cycles versus insanity cycles. That video took me a really long time. But anyway, moving on. So as I said, I have 4 major components in my life, and I'm gonna list them by priority. Wait, 4. Yeah, wow. Yeah, 4. Okay. Okay, number 1 is school and education, because I need to know stuff, I need to learn things, and I need to understand how the world works, etc. Like I said, I don't do regular schoolwork. I do what is needed, and regular schoolwork, obviously, because that is needed. We'll go more into that later. Priority number 2 that I have is practice and dancing. For me, that is very important, and I really want to be the best that I can. Number 3 would be YouTube, and then number 4 would be businesses and business ventures, etc. Yeah, so I feel like I'm gonna do 4 different sections explaining why these things are a priority and how I plan to approach them. And maybe if you guys are in like the same kind of situation where you also have practice, school, and then you want to do YouTube too, maybe, I don't know, and work, hopefully you guys can relate to this and get some help. But yeah, so we're gonna do 4 sections. I'm gonna start with the education section, then move on to practice, YouTube, and work. I keep forgetting what the 4 priorities are, which I feel like that's pretty bad, but I just established my priorities, so I feel like that's okay to kind of be a little shaky on knowing what my top priorities are, because I'm inexperienced, I'm very young, so I need to kind of approach it very cautiously and very carefully, so I don't, number 1, burn myself out, and number 2, get bored of it. I feel like they're kind of the same, actually. Not really, but yeah. So yeah, let's just jump into those sections and I'll explain why all of it matters and how I plan to approach them, etc. Yeah, let's get into it. For me, my number 1 priority would be my education, but not in the traditional sense, because the most common misconception is you need to go to school to be successful. I'm homeschooled, and it works very well for me because I make my own plans. I study what I need to study rather than what I'm told to study. And for that reason, I'm trying to get my GED between June and July of this year so that I can go to college earlier and kind of get ahead of everyone else, do what I need to do quickly, and then move on and get going with my life. So yeah, that's, I think, a very good way to put it. This is my plan. I made a little printout plan for myself of everything. As I'll be educating myself, hopefully I can educate a few of you. I'll have a few sections on the videos as in what I learned today and why you need to know this, essentially. So yeah, anyway, so I think that was pretty well said. I tried to take this video at least 5 times and I ended up yapping for more than 5 minutes. So this is we're at 1 minute and 10 seconds. It's pretty good. So yeah, moving on to the next section. Priority number 2 for me would be ballroom dancing. I've been dancing for almost 9 years now, and in 2025, last year, I had a falling out with my old studio. I have nothing but respect for my teammates and my coach, but after I had left, I realized how inexperienced I was and how much more there is to learn. And in the new studio I'm in, I'm really happy there. And this year I want to put in as much practice as I can and get as good as I can, and hopefully win something by the end of the year. Okay, so I just spent 2 minutes recording an entire clip and realized that my mic wasn't plugged in this entire time, so I guess that's a skill issue. It's a learning curve, guys, trust. Anyway, I really dislike YouTube gurus who pretend that they know everything and they teach the stuff that they don't even know. So, priority number 3 for me would be this YouTube channel, specifically helping you guys understand that life isn't perfect, and I want you guys to see my mistakes, the ones that it's inevitable, I will make mistakes throughout this YouTube journey, and hopefully you guys can learn off my mistakes and don't repeat them yourselves. And in this YouTube channel, I want to be able to educate people properly, but in order to give a good education to people, I also need to understand that I myself am very inexperienced and uneducated, so I'll be educating myself, and as I'm educating myself, hopefully it will be helping you guys, and it'll be easier for you guys, because like I said, you guys can look at my mistakes and learn off of that rather than going out and making them on your own. So hopefully this will be like a little shortcut, and yeah, hopefully this makes a positive change for everyone. Okay, so priority number 4 would be business and business ventures. Obviously, I have a lot more than 4 priorities, but these are the ones that I'm going to talk about publicly. The other ones I feel like it's better to keep private because I don't want my entire life out there on the internet. Anyway, also, I talk a lot about success in previous videos and in this video, and later in this week or next week, I'll go into a video talking about what it means to be successful for me. Anyway, business and business ventures. I've been invited to participate in a couple business ventures, so I'll be going into that in future videos. And I'm starting my own business again. I had one last year, and then not really going to talk about it right now. Talk about it in a future video. It went well, but for a bit. Hopefully I can use those mistakes I made last time and incorporate it into this one. And I'm working with a group of people, as I mentioned in a previous video. So yeah, hopefully 2026 will be a good year, and I will do my best to make it the best year.